Hello YouTube, today I'm reviewing the AMZCHEF Slow Juicer. This is a small caliber, cold press masticating juicer. This is everything that came inside the box. So this is the housing unit and I got mine in silver. This contains the motor and other components. Make sure the power cable is plugged in. This is the power switch. The AMZCHEF juicer also has a reverse function. This helps unclog the juicer. So on the front of the base, you're gonna notice a locked and unlocked symbol. And this is where you're gonna attach the drum. Place the drum in the unlocked position and then twist to the locked position. This is the auger. You're just gonna place it inside the drum. This is what squeezes out the juice from your fruits and veggies. Next, you'll insert the filter. This separates the juice and the pulp. I only received one with my juicer. Next, you'll twist on the end cap. That further drains the pulp. This also has a locked and unlocked position. So you just place it in the unlocked position and then twist it to the locked position. This next one is optional. This is the food tray. You can just sit your food up there as you juice it. And then you have the food pusher. You collect the juice with this juice catcher. It has the measurements on it. And then you have the pulp container where all the pulp falls into. And there you have it. This AMZCHEF Slow Juicer is fully assembled. Let's turn it on. So the first thing I juiced with this juicer is some beets. I don't know why, I just love juicing beets. I think it's more so the color, and they're very good. I'm cutting the beets small enough to fit down the chute, which is fairly small. There is a little bit more prep work that comes with the juicer like this. I prefer this more for like personal use, or if you don't really make big batches of juice, you're just starting out with juicing, you don't drink it maybe as frequently, then I would definitely recommend this. The thing that I like about cold press juicers is that they're masticating juicers, meaning that auger that you see spinning is slowly pressing the fruits and vegetables, squeezing all the juice out of there without taking away from the nutrients. So you're making sure that you're getting as much of the benefits as you can. I initially was just gonna do beets and mangoes, which I kind of did, but I was like, I need some greens. But then I'm like, duh, the beets come with greens. I never juiced the leafy part of the beets before, but I'm gonna go ahead and give it a try because I heard it has lots of benefits. In fact, they're very nutrient rich. They contain vitamin K, which is good for bone health. These are also packed with iron, which is good for your blood. As you can see, I'm just kind of folding the greens up and just putting them in there. So just folding the beet green and sticking it in there kind of worked for the most part, but then the stems started getting wrapped around the auger. So just to prevent that, go ahead and just kind of chop it up a little bit and you shouldn't have that problem. So for this situation, the reverse button really didn't work, so I did have to go ahead and take the juicer apart. It was fairly simple. You just hit the release button on the side and twist the drum to the unlocked position. Here's another angle. You're gonna also twist the chute to the unlocked position, just the opposite of what you did when setting it up. If it's kind of hard for you, it does come with this tool that my son says looks like
a magnifying glass.
And you can use this to twist the chute off if it's too tight. So I just took everything else apart, unwrapped the stems from around the auger, rinsed everything off, and just put it back together. No biggie. Cutting everything down in smaller portions just makes everything run smoothly. that's about 10 ounces of juice just from the beet leaves. That's way more than I anticipated. The juicer really did a good job with the leafy greens. So I'm just straining it and adding it into my bigger jar. This is always the messy part. Now I'm juicing the beets. This part went smoothly. Everything fit in perfectly. Nothing got stuck. I did notice the drum kind of swaying around, but it didn't seem to be an issue. There's a lot of froth at the top and that tends to get stuck in the strainer. So I'm just gonna scoop it off, scoop it out. And I got about the same amount of juice as I did with the beet greens, about 10 ounces. I'm just adding that to my jar and making a mist per usual. Next up, I'm going to be juicing mangoes just to sweeten everything up. I really needed about 2 or 3 times more of these mangoes, but I'm not really in it for the taste. I really want to get the health benefits out of it. Right. Okay, so now I'm going to turn the juicer on like this. And then we're going to put the mangoes in here. That's the juice. That's the pulp.
Mango?
And when it gets stuck, you just push it down like that. Don't push it hard on soft. Yeah, so if you're trying to wash your sugar, then a lot of mango is not needed because it still tastes really great to me. But for kids, the earthy taste may be a little bit of a turn off. So adding more mangoes or maybe even like additional fruit like pineapple or something would really taste good, or just add a little bit less of the leafy greens. I think I added a little bit too much.
Is the juice ready?
Almost. So this is the leftover pulp from the mangoes. I typically would use this for smoothies. You can use it for any other recipes, but I felt like the pulp was like a little bit still wet and juicy, so I decided to rejuice it to get everything out. So I did go through a second time and I still got quite a bit of juice out. So it's about 7 ounces of mango juice. Perfect enough for me to have a little sweetener up. But like I said, you want to add more for the kiddos, then go for it.
Juice. How about orange juice? Like beet juice? Can I help? Mix it up. Mix. Okay, what are it gonna taste like? Can I taste them? Let's taste them. Yum!
You like it? You want to drink some more? It makes your mouth purple.
Uh-huh.
Initially, he liked the way it tastes. I think he liked that it made his tongue purple. But then I think the earthy aftertaste kind of became a little overwhelming for him. So a lot less beet greens, a lot more mango juice, and the kiddos will love it. Me and my husband really enjoyed it as is. I think the AMZCHEF juicer did an amazing job. Another thing about this juicer is that it comes with additional attachments. Basically food processors that could help shred, chop your veggies. I've never seen these sort of attachments with any other juicer that I've had, so that's definitely an added bonus. But unfortunately, they are sold out right now. But it's just good to know that the juicer has the capability. So if you're looking for a small personal juicer that's gonna get the job done without taking up too much space, give AMZCHEF a try.
Thanks for watching. Bye.